So there we go. So be careful what you ask because you are on tape. My name is Lisa Ford, and this is, I'm proud to say, and I'm really shocked to say, my 35th year at Cathedral. Yes, I started when I was 8, but time has just flown. I can't even believe. I got kids. I'm teaching kids I taught, and that's one of my favorite parts. I absolutely love that. It makes me so proud that people who went to school here send their children here because it means they had a good experience. And I know what an awesome responsibility it is for us when you give us your children. It's a big deal to me. I have 4 of my own. It's a big deal to me, and I appreciate and respect the fact that you've entrusted me with your kids. I also want to say that I need to know about your children. I mean, I don't need to know everything about your children, but if something's going on, unless you tell me, I may not know. And if mom or grandma or somebody was in the hospital and your child's upset about that, just shoot me a quick email and say, especially first period, my kid was up all night, grandma's sick, or something happened, and I can be sensitive to that, because otherwise, when he or she walks in here without homework, I will unknowingly hold him or her accountable like I hold them all accountable. And that could just make the child uncomfortable and end up being a bad deal. So just let me know if there's something that you feel like it would help me to know about your child. I say the word pre-calculus, and people just like, ooh. It is hard. Let's just establish that. It is hard. But it is not impossible. It's doable if we work hard enough at it. And that's what we need to keep reminding the kids. This takes effort, and not just effort once in a while. It takes effort every single day. Because I promise you, we learn something every single day. There aren't movies, there aren't free days, there's no naps. We are working every single day because we have a huge curriculum to cover, and I do like to have days of review. We are in the middle of reviewing right now. We have our first big test next Tuesday. The kids are a little worried about that. I've given them a review sheet. We're going through it, problem by problem if they want to. I've given them book problems. They're to be working on those. It's a very big assignment. It's due Tuesday. So hopefully they will feel confident that they know what they're supposed to know when they come in here to take the test. But I don't want to gloss over the fact this is 4th year math, and 4th year of anything, whether it's French or whatever, 4th year is hard, but it's manageable, and that's what you have to keep reminding your kids. They're not, probably, most of them aren't going to get A's on everything, but A's are manageable for them on some things. They can do okay if they keep after it and after it and after it. Perseverance is huge. The 2 biggest factors are going to be attendance, and I get attendance. I get it with seniors. I've done this for a long time. But if they can be here, they need to be here. And then if they're not, they need to watch the videos and do the homework. And that's the second thing. They have to do that practice. I got all these kids are involved in, whether it's comedy sports or football or, theater, whatever it is. They practice all the time for those things, and they're good at it. But math is no different. They have to practice their math too. And so somehow I told them today, you've got to carve out enough time in the coming days to do this review work, because that's the only way you're going to get good at it. Watching me, I've watched a zillion soccer matches in my life, and I can't play worth a darn, because watching it is not what makes you good. So they can watch me and watch me and watch me, but in the end, they have to do it, do it, do it. So keep encouraging them, patting them on the back. And don't panic if there's a 3 out of 6 on a quiz. That's going to show up as an F in the grade book, but it's 3 out of 6. Now, if it's 30 out of 100, then we got a problem that we need to address. But they're going to be ups and downs, hills and valleys, and ultimately they're probably all going to be okay. The biggest incentive that I offer, and you know this if you read the policy guide, is the homework replacement grade. We don't have very many tests in a quarter. We may have only 3 tests in a quarter. They count a lot. I mean, those are the big, that's how you get your points. So if you can bomb a test, and that can really impact your grade. But if you have done your homework regularly, like you're supposed to, you can drop your lowest test score and replace it with your homework grade. So if you've had your homework every time I've checked it, and it's 100, and you get a 58 on a test, then out will come the 58 and we'll go to 100. That's like 42 bonus points. And then all you have to do is give me your best effort every night. I'm not asking for perfection. If they could do every problem perfectly, they'd be teaching the class, not taking it. But they should be trying every problem to the best of their ability. And then in the end, if they do that, they are rewarded for it. So when your grade card comes, and your child has a grade that you're not real excited about, say, what was your homework, everybody? And if it wasn't 100, or at least a 90, because everybody might have a bad day here or there, then we need to have that conversation. Why is your homework grade not perfect, or close to perfect? The big expenses you have, and you've all bought a book, or hopefully you're thinking about buying a book, we use our book every day. This is not one of those classes where you invest in a $90 book or a $100 book, and it goes in the locker, your kid uses it once a month. We use our book every single day. And I let the kids that don't have books take pictures of the problem pages so that they have the problems that they can work on. But they really need to get comfortable reading a math book. Those of you that have taken a college math course know that you have to be able to read what's there. You have to be able to glean stuff from the examples. So my job as the senior teacher, the teacher of seniors, is to help them get ready for that experience. So I will require them from time to time to read the book. And if they don't have a book, that just makes it hard on everybody. So I know they're expensive. All I can say is we are going to use it every day. Ask your kid. He's used his book every day so far. Also, the graphing calculator. We do a lot of work. Our book actually says graphical. It relies a lot on graphing things. If you've looked at the state testing, now your kids are beyond that now, but the emphasis in our state is on interpreting graphs, graphing and interpreting graphs. So we use a graphing calculator a lot too. Those are expensive. I understand that. They are available for checkout in the library. So your kid can go check one out in the library. He has to renew it every single day. That's a hassle, but that way you wouldn't have to buy one. But he has to have one in class, because when we're going through our explanations, if you don't have a calculator, then you're just missing all that. You can't keep up with that. So I apologize. I know you're paying a fortune for this class, for your whole experience, but this class is expensive too, and I hate to burden you with another couple $100. All I can say is we're going to use it. We use that stuff. It's not wasted. We use it every day. We don't use the calculator every day, but we use it most days. Let's see, what else? That's all I had. Does anyone have any questions for me?
What if they need more help? What are the different things?
I am here almost I'm here every morning, but we have meetings once in a while. I am here after school unless I have a meeting. I get here before 6 every morning. Now I do work out, so I'm not like in my room, but I'm always in my room before 7, and I am always the last teacher to leave the building, so I'm here all the time. But we also have open gym on Sundays, 2 to 4, and I am always at open gym. So that's another option for a kid. We have National Honor Society tutors. A lot of these kids are in the National Honor Society, but they can get help from a kid who's already had the class, or maybe who's in the honors version of the class. They can also, I think, network with each other. They learn the most working with each other, I think. I give them time once in a while in class. These new desks allow that, where they can get in groups and help each other. So I encourage that kind of behavior, not copying homework, that's not it at all, but networking with each other.
This concludes first period. Please move to second
So
period.
there is no reason your kid, first of all, your kid will never say, I have no math homework. And there's no reason you can say, I can't get any extra help.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Have a great day. Everybody know where you're going? Oh, that's okay. Oh, well, you've already seen it, yes.
Oh, signed it, yes, okay, I
And
didn't
then
realize
you
it was the
put your
same
name
one.
on
Yes,
there
right.
and your kid's name.
Sure, thank you.
If you go to the teacher, if you go to all the
I'll reach out, just have a
go to the
comment.
website, go to
Okay.
the
I'm
directory,
pretty,
go to
I'm
math.
pretty calculated. Okay.
And when you click on math.
I had 2 years of calculus,
my shiny face.
40 years
Well,
ago.
well, that's nice.
It's probably changed since
Click on
then.
what site, and it takes you to the
No, I took a lot of it. Never understood it, but I think
Thank
it.
you very much.
Yeah,
Because I wouldn't be there.
yeah.
See you guys.
Bye, guys.
Okay. Okay. Yep.
I'm glad I know there's a test Tuesday,
Yes.
because we'll be studying.
Okay.
How can I stay on top of
Okay, you need to access the Schoology account, because,
So he needs to give me access to
okay,
it.
so my website has the videos, Schoology has the assignments, because that's what that PDF makes it.
Yeah, he told me that teachers use different.
Yes, but now we all have to use Schoology now,
Okay.
yeah, we all use that. So you will, they'll have to give you access to it, or maybe Rowan or somebody technology can do that. But, you can see what the assignments are. When you see a review assignment, you know a test is imminent.
Okay.
So it'll say like, yesterday's was review sheet, today's is book review, tomorrow's is book review. So you know when you see that there's a test coming.
Fantastic. And
You can tell me
If-
anytime. I
well-
post my grades, they're posted.
we ask how things are, he says things are great. What we do is we start getting lost, and then instead of stepping up, we bury our head and get in trouble. So, I mean, we're finally getting some things going this year, but it's like, okay, we need to make sure we stay on top of it. So, like I said, we'll study this weekend and work on that. I just want to let you know, like I say, he's going tomorrow. He says everything's going well here so far, but again, he always tells me everything's going well.
I mean, it is going well, but it's early. I mean, we haven't gotten, too much into things, but so far so good.
Okay, if you know, no, I'm not worried, I'm just, yeah, if you knows anything, please email me, and I will email you, and anything I can do to help him. Thank you.
Definitely.
I appreciate it, thank you very much.
Thank you.